Have you ever felt trapped by circumstances beyond your control? That's the core question at the heart of today's book. Hello, and welcome back to Ace Book Talk. Today, we're diving into a classic of English literature, a novel that explores themes of fate, social injustice, and the tragic consequences of societal expectations. Thomas Hardy Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Thomas Hardy, born in 1840 and passing away in 1928, was a prominent English novelist and poet of the Victorian era. His works are known for their tragic narratives, exploration of rural life, and critical commentary on the social conventions of the time. Growing up in the countryside of Dorset, England, Hardy developed a deep connection to the land and its people, which is reflected in his vivid descriptions of rural landscapes and his sympathetic portrayal of agricultural laborers. He initially pursued a career in architecture, but later turned to writing, producing a series of novels that challenged the prevailing social norms and explored the darker aspects of human nature. His unflinching portrayal of social injustice and his exploration of complex moral dilemmas often provoked controversy, but also established him as one of the most important voices of his generation. He lived through a period of immense social change, witnessing the decline of the traditional agricultural way of life and the rise of industrialization. This backdrop heavily influenced his writing, leading him to explore themes of displacement, alienation, and the impact of modernity on rural communities. Tess of the D'Urbervilles, published in 1891, tells the story of Tess D'Urberville, a young and beautiful peasant girl from the impoverished village of Marlott. Her life takes a dramatic turn when her father discovers a dubious connection to the ancient and noble D'Urberville family. Driven by the hope of improving their family's fortune, Tess' parents sent her to claim kinship with a wealthy widow named Mrs. D'Urberville, lie in a nearby town. At the D'Urberville estate, Tess encounters Alec D'Urberville, Mrs. D'Urberville's manipulative and dissolute son. Alec is immediately captivated by Tess's beauty and relentlessly pursues her. Despite Tess's initial resistance, Alec eventually takes advantage of her innocence in a scene shrouded in ambiguity, leaving Tess traumatized and pregnant. She returns home to Marlott, bearing the weight of her shame and the stigma of her illegitimate child, who tragically dies in infancy. Seeking a fresh start, Tess finds work as a milkmaid at Talbot's Dairy, a peaceful and idyllic farm. Here, she blossoms amidst the beauty of nature and finds genuine happiness. She meets Angel Clare, a clergyman's son who is training to be a farmer. Angel is drawn to Tess's natural beauty and her unpretentious nature, and they fall deeply in love. However, Angel is an idealist, burdened by rigid moral principles and societal expectations. On the eve of their wedding, Tess confesses her past with Alec D'Urberville, hoping for Angel's understanding and forgiveness. But Angel, blinded by his own idealized vision of Tess and his inability to reconcile her past with his expectations, is unable to accept her confession. He rejects her, leaving her heartbroken and alone. Angel travels to Brazil, hoping to find a new life and escape his troubled conscience. Meanwhile, Tess is left to fend for herself and her family, enduring hardship and social ostracism. She struggles to survive in a world that offers her little compassion. In a desperate attempt to provide for her family, Tess is forced to turn to Alec D'Urberville once again. Alec, who has undergone a religious conversion, reappears in Tess' life and offers her financial assistance, but his motives are far from pure. He pressures her into becoming his mistress, trapping her in a situation that she finds deeply repugnant. When Angel finally returns from Brazil, chastened by his own experiences and remorseful for his treatment of Tess, he seeks her out, hoping to reconcile. However, he finds Tess living as Alec's mistress. In a moment of despair and rage, Tess murders Alec, freeing herself from his grasp but sealing her own fate. Tess and Angel flee together, enjoying a brief period of happiness as they evade the authorities. But their time is short-lived. They are eventually captured at Stonehenge, the ancient monument serving as a stark reminder of the timeless forces that have shaped their lives. Tess is arrested and ultimately executed for her crime, a tragic victim of circumstance and societal injustice. Tess of the D'Urbervilles is more than just a tragic love story. It's a powerful indictment of Victorian society's hypocrisy and its treatment of women. Hardy challenges the prevailing moral codes of his time, exposing the double standards that condemned women for transgressions that were often condoned in men. The novel also raises important questions about fate, free will, and the role of social class in shaping individual destinies. Was Tess destined for tragedy from the beginning, or were her misfortunes the result of series of unfortunate choices and the cruelties of a rigid social system? One of the key takeaways from Tess of the D'Urbervilles is the importance of compassion and understanding. Angel's inability to forgive Tess for her past highlights the dangers of rigid judgment and the need for empathy. The novel reminds us that everyone makes mistakes, and that true love and understanding required us to look beyond those mistakes and see the inherent worth of the individual. Another important lesson is the need to challenge social injustice. Tess is a victim of a society that devalues women and punishes them for circumstances beyond their control. Hardy's novel encourages us to question the social norms and power structures that perpetuate inequality and to advocate for a more just and compassionate world. Finally, the novel's exploration of fate and free will prompts us to reflect on the extent to which our lives are shaped by external forces and the choices we make. While we may not always be able to control our circumstances, we can control how we respond to them, and we can strive to live with integrity and compassion, even in the face of adversity. Tess of the D'Urbervilles is a powerful and thought-provoking novel that continues to resonate with readers today. Its exploration of timeless themes and its unflinching portrayal of social injustice make it a valuable and enduring work of literature. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Tess of the D'Urbervilles. I hope you found this discussion insightful. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Ace Book Talk for more classic literature discussions. What are your thoughts on Tess's fate? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, happy reading.